My favorite part about this whole series is the fact that it is so fluffy and it is so sweet. It's the most adorable thing that I have read this year, and I love it. Hi guys, it's April, and I'm here to talk about the second volume of the Bibliophile Princess manga because I just read it and I need to talk about it. So this is what you get. I, of course, will do this the same way I do all of my other reviews. I will have the non-spoiler section up front, followed by the spoiled-filled dump afterwards, in case you don't want to spoil yourself. But of course, since this is volume 2, it will have spoilers for volume 1. So Bibliophile Princess, of course, is the story of Lady Eliana, who finds herself betrothed to Prince Christopher. She doesn't really know why he's decided to do this, but in her head, she has decided that this is just an engagement of convenience. She doesn't really see any more to that. Of course, in volume 1, we have the fact that she actually has a rival for her fiancé-ness ship, and we get the start of the conclusion of that in volume 1. Now in volume 2, we get to see more in depth of why the prince has decided that he wants to be engaged to Eliana, the fact that she might have more to her backstory with the prince that has kind of led her to this point, whether or not she knows it, and the fact that her family has a secret position within the kingdom just because of who they are. It also starts a new storyline into the Roma and the Star of Thistles that kind of leaves you at a cliff at the end. I absolutely love the illustrations that are in this manga. I think they are absolutely gorgeous, and I just love looking at them, especially the colored illustrations. I love it so much. This whole series is just all kinds of fluffy, sweet, candy pureness that I am really starting to love in this series. I did read the light novel that is actually attached to the series that is the base of what this is. So I do know where the storyline is going, and this is actually about the middle of book 1. I'm guessing volume 3 of the manga is going to conclude the first light novel just because of what I know of the storyline. I love the backstory that we get inside of this volume. You get to get a little bit more into the characters of both Chris and Eliana and their connections, and you get to start to feel those butterflies starting to build, and that's what I love about these kind of sweet romances that I will always have a place for in my heart. And the fact that we have so many book references, and the fact that, sometimes it's just smarts and honesty that can get you through these kind of things. Love. So, of course, if you have read the first volume, you need to read the second volume. If you haven't picked up this series yet, and you love books, and you love manga, and you just love something so sweet that it makes your teeth ache, you should pick up this series. You really, really need to. I'm hoping we will get more of them soon. I do know there's about 3 or so more volumes that have already been published in Japanese. I don't know when we will get those in English. I'm hoping we do. I've got my fingers crossed. Of course, I will be reading the light novels because this is just so sweet. I need it. I love it. And this is the point in which I am going to switch over into some more spoiled-filled thoughts. So if you don't want spoiled, leave now and come back. I really, really would love to talk to somebody about all of this because I love it so much. So in this volume, we finally get the fact that Chris knows Eliana from when he was young. There was this whole encounter in the library in which he kind of just got told off by her. She has no idea any of this has happened because she has a tendency to remember facts and not events in her actual life, which is a little bit weird, but for what her character is, I understand why that has happened. And then we get the fact that she has this deep connection with the kingdom and the fact her family is considered the brains. And Chris is very much adamant of convincing her that's not why I really, really was drawn to you. It's everything that happened 10 years ago. Please remember I have been trying for 10 years and this is finally coming together. And so we start to get those little moments of Chris making Eliana very uncomfortable. You get all those little butterflies and it's just the cutest thing ever. And then we have this book market that I wish was a real thing, because I would go and I would spend all of my money and I would not have any money for food, but I'd be happy. And we get the start of the Roma storyline that will later lead into a political thing. But we've got the storyline with the two boys, the one Roma boy who now thinks that Chris is his dad because he's got blue eyes and he's a knight. It's so cute. I know this is one of those tropey things of where we throw little kids in and you get all of these kind of cute moments of, oh, he's so sweet, and oh my gosh, they're interacting in a way that's just so adorable. But I am here for it. I know this storyline is the most cliche thing ever. That's kind of the point of these kind of things, of the light novels and the mangas that are associated with them. These aren't supposed to be anything bigger or more meaningful than that. And it's just, it's the illustrations that drew me to the series in the first place, because if you look at the covers of these things, they are magnificent. And I know right now I'm just reading them digitally, but someday I am hoping that I can get physical copies of these, because they are stunning to look at. And I love them so much. So tell me down below what your thoughts are on this series if you've been reading it. I'm assuming you have, since you've made it this far. And even if you haven't, just let me know your thoughts down below. And of course, if you want to see more content like this, subscribe, hit that bell, get all of those notifications, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.